I am the Lord your God. You shall not make for yourselves an idol or a graven image. Neither shall you erect a monument, or set up a conspicuous stone in your land, in order that you may adore it. For I am the Lord your God. Observe my Sabbaths, and be fearful toward my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you will walk in my precepts, and observe my commandments, and accomplish them, I will give to you rain in its time. And the ground shall bring forth its seedlings, and the trees shall be filled again with fruit. The threshing of the harvest shall last until the vintage, and the vintage shall overtake the sowing. And you shall eat your bread to fullness, and you shall live in your land without fear. I will give peace to your most distant regions. You will sleep, and there will be no one to strike you with terror. I will take away harmful wild beasts, and the sword will not cross your borders. You will pursue your enemies, and they will fall down at the sight of you. 5 of yours will pursue 100 foreigners, and 100 of you will pursue 10,000. Your enemies will fall by the sword in your sight. I will look with favor upon you, and I will cause you to increase. You will be multiplied, and I will confirm my covenant with you. You will eat the oldest of what is old, and when what is new arrives, you will throw away what is old. I will set my tabernacle in your midst, and my soul will not cast you out. I will walk among you, and I will be your God, and you shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, who led you away from the land of the Egyptians, lest you serve them, and who broke the chains around your necks, so that you would walk upright. But if you will not listen to me, nor accomplish all of my commandments, if you despise my laws, and disdain my judgments, so that you do not accomplish those things which have been established by me, and so that you lead my covenant away into nullification, then I also will do these things to you. I will quickly visit you with destitution, and burning heat, which will waste away your eyes, and consume your lives. In vain will you sow your seed, which will be devoured by your enemies. I will set my face against you, and you will fall down before your enemies, and you will be subjugated to those who hate you. You will flee, though no one pursues. But if you will not be obedient to me in this way, then I will add 7-fold to your chastisement, because of your sins. And I will crush the pride in your hardness, and I will give to you heaven above like iron, and the earth below like brass. Your labor will be consumed to no purpose, the land will not bring forth seedlings, nor will the trees provide their fruit. If you walk as an adversary to me, and if you are not willing to listen to me, I will add 7-fold to your plagues, because of your sins. And I will send upon you the wild beasts of the field, which will consume you and your cattle, and which will reduce everything to paucity, and cause your roadways to become desolate. But if you are not willing to receive discipline in this way, and you still walk as an adversary to me, likewise I will advance against you as an adversary, and I will strike you 7 times, because of your sins. And I will lead over you the sword that shall avenge my covenant. And when you will have fled into the cities, I will send a pestilence into your midst, and you will be delivered into the hands of your enemies. After this, I will have broken the staff of your bread, so that 10 women bake bread in one oven, and distribute it by weight. And you shall eat and not be filled. Then, if you will not listen to me through these things, and you still walk against me, then I also will advance against you, with an opposing fury, and I will chastise you with 7 plagues, because of your sins. So much so that you will eat the flesh of your sons and your daughters. I will destroy your high places, and I will break apart your false images. You will fall among the ruins of your idols, and my soul will abominate you. So much so that I will reduce your cities to a wilderness, and I will make your sanctuaries desolate, and I will no longer accept the most sweet odors. And I will utterly ruin your land, and your enemies shall be stupefied at it, when they will have become its inhabitants. Then I will scatter you among the Gentiles, and I will unsheathe the sword after you. And your land will be deserted, and your cities will be demolished. Then the land will be pleased by her Sabbaths, throughout all the days of her solitude. So, while you will be in the land of the enemy, she will worship and rest in the Sabbath of her solitude, because she will not have rested in your Sabbaths, when you lived in her. And whoever of you will remain, I will send terror into their hearts in the regions of their enemies. The sound of a flying leaf will terrify them, and so they will flee, as if from the sword. They will fall, though no one pursues. And they will each fall upon their brothers, as if they were fleeing from wars. No one among you will dare to resist your foes. You will perish among the Gentiles, and the land of the enemy will consume you. But if some few of these still remain, they shall waste away in their iniquities, in the land of their enemies, and they will be afflicted, because of the sins of their fathers and their own sins, until they confess their iniquities, and those of their ancestors, by which they have transgressed against me and walked as adversaries to me. Therefore, I also will walk against them, and I will lead them into a hostile land, until their uncircumcised mind shall be ashamed. Then shall they pray on behalf of their impiety. And I will remember my covenant, which I formed with Jacob, and Isaac, and Abraham. I will also remember the land, which, when she will be left behind by them, shall be pleased by her Sabbaths, enduring solitude because of them. Yet truly, they shall pray for their sins, because they cast aside my judgments, and they despised my laws. And even after so much, when they were in the land of their enemy, I did not cast them off entirely, and I did not so despise them that they would be consumed, nor so that I would nullify my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God. And I will remember my original covenant, when I led them away from the land of Egypt, in the sight of the Gentiles, so as to be their God. I am the Lord. These are the judgments, and precepts, and laws, which the Lord has granted between himself and the sons of Israel, on Mount Sinai, by the hand of Moses.